Tonight, when the sun goes down, you're going to flip a switch. Light will flood the room, and you won't think twice about it. But for 99.9% of human history, that switch didn't exist. When the sun set, the world went dark. You couldn't even see your own hand in front of your face. For over 300,000 years, every single one of your ancestors spent roughly half their life in near total darkness. They didn't even have candles. Just the black sky, the stars, and whatever fire they could keep alive. So what did they actually do for all those hours? The answer changes everything we think we know about sleep, storytelling, and what it means to be human. Let's start with fire. The earliest solid evidence of humans controlling fire comes from Wonderwork Cave in South Africa, roughly 1 million years ago. Fire didn't just keep people warm. Fire completely restructured the human day. Before fire, our ancestors were like every other primate. When the sun went down, you climbed a tree or found a sheltered spot and stayed completely still. Moving at night meant becoming food. Our eyes are terrible in the dark compared to the predators that hunted us. Leopards, hyenas, wolves, all of them could see just fine in the darkness. Fire changed that equation overnight, literally. A campfire creates a circle of safety roughly 30 feet in diameter. Inside that circle, predators won't come. Outside that circle, you die. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer groups have documented that people who wander away from the fire at night are significantly more likely to be attacked. Even today. But fire gave humans something they had never had before. Extra hours. Before fire, the useful day ended at sunset. That's maybe 12 hours in summer, as few as 8 in winter. Fire suddenly added 2 to 4 usable hours to every single day, and over thousands of generations, those extra hours changed our species. In 2014, anthropologist Polly Wiesner published a study after years recording conversations among the Jew/Hawanzi Bushmen of the Kalahari Desert, one of the last groups on Earth still living something close to the original human lifestyle. What she found was striking. During the day, about 80% of conversations were practical. Who's hunting where? Which plants are ready? Complaints, logistics. But at night, around the fire, the entire character of conversation changed. 81% of conversations were stories. Tales of people in distant places, adventures, myths about the origins of the world, jokes that made the whole camp laugh. Wiesner argued that firelight conversation is where human culture was born. The campfire was the original theater, the original classroom, the original church. It's where humans learned to think beyond the immediate present and imagine things that don't exist yet. It's where we became us. But the night wasn't just about stories around the fire. There was something else happening, something scientists only rediscovered in the last 30 years. You were not designed to sleep the way you sleep right now. In 2001, historian Roger Ekirch published a study that changed sleep science. He had spent 16 years digging through historical records and found something nobody expected. Over 500 references to first sleep and second sleep. Prayer books from the 1400s, court records, diaries, medical texts, even passages in Homer's Odyssey. All of them mentioned the same thing: first sleep and second sleep. Before the industrial age, people did not sleep in one continuous block. They went to bed shortly after sunset, slept for about 4 hours, woke up, stayed awake for 1 to 2 hours, then went back to sleep for another 4 hours until dawn. This wasn't insomnia. This was normal. This was how every human on the planet slept for thousands of years. So what did people do during that wakeful period in the middle of the night? Everything. A 16th century French physician recommended that couples conceive children during this window. People visited neighbors. They interpreted their dreams while they were still fresh. They wrote. They simply lay in the dark and thought. A doctor's manual from the 1500s advised that the best time to study and reflect was during the watch, the quiet hours between first and second sleep when the mind was calm and the world was still. In 1992, psychiatrist Thomas Ware confirmed it scientifically. He took a group of volunteers and removed all artificial light from their lives. For 1 month, they experienced 14 hours of darkness every night. Within weeks, every single participant settled into the same pattern without anyone telling them to. Their bodies just did it, as if some ancient program had been waiting inside them the whole time, buried under centuries of artificial light. Ware measured their hormone levels and found something remarkable. Their brains were producing elevated levels of prolactin, the same hormone released during meditation. They described feeling peaceful, reflective, almost meditative. It wasn't just a gap in sleep. It was its own distinct state of consciousness. So what killed it? The answer is simpler than you'd think. Light. In the 1600s, cities began installing street lamps. Paris was one of the first under Louis XIV. London followed. Then came cheaper candles, then gas lamps in the 1800s, and in 1879, Thomas Edison commercialized the electric light bulb. Within a generation, the night as humans had known it for 300,000 years was gone. The word curfew comes from the French couvre-feu, which literally means cover fire. In many medieval European cities, walking outside after dark without a lantern was literally illegal, and then we conquered it. We flooded it with light and thought that was progress. Modern humans are exposed to artificial light an average of 7 to 8 hours after sunset. This light suppresses your melatonin. Your body doesn't know the difference between a light bulb and the sun. When light hits your retina at 11 p.m., your brain interprets it as daytime. Researchers found that just 1 week camping with no artificial light resets your melatonin cycle by nearly 2 hours. We didn't just change when we sleep. We eliminated an entire phase of human consciousness. That quiet, reflective state no longer exists for most people. Instead, we have insomnia, and we treat it like a disorder. But what if it isn't? What if waking up at 2 a.m. isn't your body malfunctioning? What if it's your body remembering what it was built to do? And you? Tonight, when you turn off the lights, maybe leave your phone on the other side of the room. Just for once, your ancestors spent 300,000 years in the dark. You can manage 8 hours. If this changed the way you think about sleep, hit the like button. It helps more people find this. Subscribe for more stories about the hidden science behind everyday human behavior. See you in the next one.